Hi guys, I'm very excited to be going over the Easter collection, which is the new releases for this week. I'm especially excited about this collection because I did start my shop around Easter of last year, just before Easter in fact. It was April 1st, and I did do a little Easter freebie, but I didn't really have a chance to do a whole Easter collection because you are typically supposed to do holidays about 2 months ahead, so it was like way too late by that point, and I had other stuff lined up. But I've always wanted to do a whole Easter collection, so now that it's been like almost, well, it hasn't been a year yet, but now that I've survived for this long as a shop, I'm very excited to get the chance to do this collection, and I really love how it turned out. I really did do this collection to the max, same as last collection, so very, very excited about the stuff that is in here. I did do this in light pink, or no, not light pink, ballerina pink, which is the lightest pink in my shop, to match the mock spread, and I think it's going to be a very popular color for this collection. I think all the shades of pink will. However, it is a very tricky floral to work with, so as usual, disclaimer, just ignore any black spots or imperfections that you see in these sheets. They will only be for these demo sheets and will not appear on any final products that are sent out. So we're just going to go ahead and go through the collection, and then I will do the mock spread as per always. So let's get started with the quarter sheets. And as usual, the underlays are first. So we have our large underlays, which as usual are the busiest pattern. So if you have really busy day by day and you use a lot of boxes and labels, this would be the best underlay to still be able to see some of the icons from the collection underneath. So we have our Easter eggs in there, bunnies, bows, and carrots. So this is a large, and then the same icons are used in the medium, but this is much more sparse if you don't want super busy underlays. So those are the two standard ones, and then for the two fun ones, of course, we have just the standard Easter egg pattern. There are like at least 8, I think there's maybe 10 different Easter egg designs on here, so super diverse, a lot of variety on here. Super fun pattern. I tried to put them pretty close together so there's not too much space, but if you want another really tiny, very crammed together pattern, then I also have the bunnies underlays, which has like so many little bunnies in there just doing little bunny things. They are super cute, super tiny. These actually remind me a lot of the reindeer underlays from the Advent, but bunnies instead. So adorable. I feel like these might be good for like springtime too, or any other spring kits that have bunnies in them. Actually, the mock spread I'm using is a spring kit instead of like Easter specific, because that's all I had in my collection of printable kits, but it does have like a lot of Easter elements. Like there's bunnies and birds and eggs, and like that's, you know, that's what Easter is. So those two themes are really like overlappable, which I like that because I don't really have any intention to do like a spring collection. Like I did a fall, I actually haven't done a winter, but like I had enough to do like a whole fall collection, but like I don't know what I would do for a spring that like I wouldn't just do a whole individual like specific collection for. So like Easter has Easter stuff, and then another spring thing is like flowers. And I'm just going to do a whole floral collection. Like, you can use that for spring, too. But it's like any specific element that I would pull out of a spring theme would probably fit into Easter. Actually, I don't think I did any flowers for this collection, which is weird. I think I originally intended to and just, like, completely forgot. So there's no flowers in here. But either way, like, between the Easter and floral collections, like, that's going to be, I think, spring for everybody. So anyways, now we have the confetti full box overlays. Here's the full pattern, which has all 4 corners and all 4 sides filled up with icons. So we have our little bunny, we have our eggs, we have that bird, little Easter basket, there's the carrot, and some bows. I did choose like a nice kind of casual bow for this one. I think I've done like a lot of different bow patterns over the months with all the various collections. Like the Christmas bow was different. I haven't used this particular bow before, so I'm just kind of like having fun with all of the bows. This just felt like a really good Easter bow, so I might bring it into other collections later, but right now it is the Easter bow. So that's the full, and then we have the medium 4 corner, which is just the corners filled in, and then In addition to that, we have the 3-corner available. So if you have some clip art in a corner of a full box that you don't want to cover up, you would grab one of these. And then, of course, we have the 2-corner. So we have the slant ones and then the bottom 2 and top 2. Super versatile. I actually did use a top 2 in my my planner spread the other day. And we have the small, which is a little bit smaller than the medium-sized confetti. If you want to cover up even less of the clip art, there's a size comparison. It is a little bit smaller. So that also comes in the 4-corner and the 3 and the 2. So if you're buying this a la carte, you can really mix and match for whatever you need specifically for your kit that you're using. And then we have the big box overlays. I am sticking to my habit of doing 2 now. So we just have the normal confetti one, which is slightly bigger confetti than the medium. And then there's some flags at the bottom as well. And then we have the border one, which I just kind of kept it simple with just an Easter egg and a bunny. And there's flags at the bottom too. And we have the tall boxes, which contain the 2 most common sizes of tall box. So we have this one, which is good for glam planner, and the taller one, which is good for anybody else. And then there's some flags on there as well. And then we have the double box scenes. So we have our classic confetti double box scene up top, and then the fun one is little grass with bunny, butterfly, and then there's a little bird perched on an egg over here, and then there's hanging eggs as well, which you may recognize from the freebie from last year, the Easter freebie. This was one of the first Easter designs I ever did, so I did bring it into a few places in this collection. Well, more than a few. I do like the hanging eggs with the bows. I don't know why it like never occurred to me with any of my other hanging like icon designs to like add the bows on there. But this is the first time that like I've actually went with that. So I have like hanging ornaments for the Christmas collection. I have hanging hearts and shamrocks for the Valentine's and shamrock collections specifically or respectively. I have like a lot of hanging stuff, but they don't have bows, which is so sad. So in future formats, I may do a bow option. But yeah, so I like this super cute double box scene setup. And then we have our full box overlays. So we do have the hanging eggs as a full box overlay. We have a couple borders. This one has a little Easter egg basket, and then that one has just a single egg. And then we have the little bunny ears with the flowers. That is super cute. Cannot wait to use this in the mock spread because I already have it like picked out where I'm going to use at least that one. And then for quotes, I did do the same thing as last collection where I did one quote box page and then 2 pages of just the quote samplers, like the contour cut quotes, just because there was like so many quotes to work with. And I didn't really want to like leave any out necessarily. I just wanted to like do them all in one go. So I did. So here are the ones I picked out for the quote boxes, which, as usual, I do have 2 that are like full cover, so they're really big quotes, and then the full confetti is around them. So we have a bunny kisses and Easter wishes, and then shake your bunny tail. These bunnies are so cute. And then for the ones without confetti, we have a bigger one that says some bunny loves you. That's so cute. And then for the smaller one towards the bottom, I have follow the bunny. So this is like a very bunny themed sheet. I think all of these quotes have the word bunny in them. So this is the bunny quote sheet. And then we have 2 of the quote samplers, which I don't think I did a single repeat from the quote sampler or from the quote box page, which I usually like have room to like copy some of these quotes onto here like as floating quotes, but I just had so many quotes that like there are no repeats whatsoever. So you can purchase all 3 of these if you want and like just have so many to choose from. So and they are kind of like random. They're not like really themed after this. So this one we have cottontails, bunny trails, spring is in the air. So there are some like springy quotes on here. And then there's welcome spring down there. Then we have happy Easter and then hello Easter, this way to the bunny trail, and then chilling with my peeps, which is super cute. Although there's like no peeps on there, which is very curious. And then this one is, I guess, also bunny themed. So we have Hoppy Easter instead of Happy Easter, which like that's the only way to say it really. And then Hippity Hoppity, Chocolate Bunny Factory, The Bunny Made Me Do It, Carrots for the Easter Bunny, and then do the bunny hop. So Very fun. These are also cute. I don't know how I would ever choose, but I'm sure they will last me throughout the years. So that is the quarter sheets. Now let's get into these smaller sheets. We'll start with the 1/8 sheets. And we have the hole reinforcers, of course, as always. Got our little bunny on there. And our carrot, teeny tiny bow, teeny tiny egg. And then for our headers, we have our classic confetti headers. And then this one is an alternating bow and bunny. And then we just have the little Easter eggs, which I love this one so much. I don't know what it is about Easter egg patterns, but they're so fun. I used ones that like I found in like a bundle for this collection, but like how fun would it be to just like make my own designs like digitally, or like grab my iPad and like go to town. Maybe next year I'll do that. Because like these are like really standard designs, but like I feel like you could have a lot of fun with it. Anyways, now for these 6 sheets, we have 3 deco sheets, which is like, I did pretty much every type of deco sheet that I do. I don't always do all of them, but I did this time. So we have the standard deco sheet, which has our larger icons towards the bottom. We have our little Easter basket right here. And then we have the bird and the bunny, several bunnies and eggs. And then the medium size, which also includes the carrot, the bow, the little Easter bunny paw prints, and then the butterflies, and then all of those are included on the small, and then we have the small confetti cluster, and then the teeny tiny confetti cluster, and then just the teeny tiny ones that are not confetti clusters. Love these. And then obviously, y'all know I love to glam up my character stickers, with some kind of like themed element. So we've done like various hats before, but obviously for this one I had to do bunny ears. So we've got several sizes and variations of bunny ears on the sheet. There's actually 3 different bunny ears, and I did mirror them so you can get kind of different ones. And then there's like a large, a medium, and then a small size, and then there's some repeats down there. So this is going to be super fun to work with. I did like switch it up from previous sheets where I have made them a little bit too small, because I do have a lot of like really large character stickers, especially from the Coffee Monsters Co. I feel like that need bigger like hats and ears and what have you. So there are some bigger ones on this sheet, so I'm hoping these are going to work a lot better. They seem like they will. Like I have a pretty small thumb, I guess, but that's kind of in relation to that. How cute would these be as like nail stickers though? That'd be adorable. Anyway, so that is the like character sticker deco for this collection. And then of course I had to do the hanging deco. So we do have our hanging eggs. So I have the 2 standard ones from the freebie, and then I just did one from the actual collection too. And then they just repeat. So we have our long ones and then the medium ones, which are actually slightly smaller. I didn't just like cut off the top of the line. They are actually smaller eggs. And then they are shrunk down, and then the top is cut off even more for the teeny tiny ones. I couldn't shrink them down too much because then you wouldn't be able to see the details, but surprisingly, like, you can still see those teeny tiny confetti dots. Like, if you get too small, like, stuff will stop foiling at a certain point, which I found out the hard way with the Wizard collection. And I was, like, really worrying about this collection. Like, I was afraid I was, like, risking way too much. But if it foils with a light color that's not matte, then, like, it's gonna foil properly for everything. So, and especially a color that is as tricky as ballerina pink, so I'm really not worried about it. And then we have the dividers. So I did something slightly different for this one. We do have our standard dividers here with the like line dividers with the little icon in there, and then the dainty one, which I am just like copying the dot pattern now. I used to like make it from scratch, but then I was like, why am I doing that? So I did just plug in the bunnies for this one. And then what I did was I have like a file of like a million divider designs that like I grabbed a few from for my decorative dividers sheet, and then just like forgot about the rest, or like decided I didn't need them. But then I like realized I could dress those up for like themed dividers. So I went through it and I picked a couple out, and then just added some Easter eggs to them. So I liked this one because like if you put an egg in the middle, it looks kind of like it's an egg in a nest, and I just like really loved that. And then on a similar theme, I just grabbed this one, which is leaves, and then put some eggs in the middle of that too. So I mean, I understand it's like a lot of eggs going on here, but it is Easter, so we need a lot of Easter eggs. But yeah, I just think these are super cute. So There's the dividers. The sheet is also available on premium matte, as always, in case you like to use your dividers over the underlays. You'll be able to see them better if you get it in premium matte. But if, like me, you like to use these over like half boxes and third boxes and whatever, then the clear glossy sheet is the choice for you. So we also have our corners, which we have the medium corners here, small confetti corners, and then the tiny ones that I make just for this sheet that you will not find on any other sheet. And then we have the little photo corners there as well. We have an egg and then the little tiny bunny. That bunny is like so small. I didn't use the tiny bunny for the dangles and swoops because I wasn't sure if it would like actually show up that small, but clearly it does. So maybe that will be a reformat for next year. Speaking of that, here's the swoops. So the two that I did use was the egg, of course, and then I did a little carrot. Just because I thought it would be like pretty obvious what it was, even if it's shrunk down really small. It's like a hard thing to navigate, like finding a really tiny icon from the collection to use for these sheets, but the egg was easy at least. So for the swoops, we have our like fancy swoop here and here that go all the way across the full box, and then there's these ones which are more subtle, and then in the extra spaces I do put some mini swoops as well. And then here are the mini swoops on their own sheet. So we have these ones which are really just just swoops, and then the layered swoops and dangles here, several variations of those. And then this is just the dangles. So we have our longer dangles, medium, teeny tiny dangles. We have a couple garlands. Obviously the bow had to go into the garland. And then the teeny tiny swoops have little eggs in them. So those are the 6 sheets. And now let's get into the bottom washi, starting off with probably my favorite bottom washi of all time, which is the, it's like a little Easter egg hunt kind of theme going on here. So there's a bunch of Easter eggs like hidden in this little field, and there's an Easter basket where somebody's collecting them. This one has a little bow on it, and that one has the butterfly, which is just so cute. This one has a little bunny like perched up on the basket, like wondering what's in there. And then there's a bunch of bunnies just like frolicking around the field as well. Obviously that one's holding a carrot. Got some butterflies frolicking as well, and then the little bird has perched on this egg. And then for the like extra sticker, I just grabbed the Easter basket with the bow and then the little bunny perched on that because that was just like the cutest thing ever, and that needs to be like a full box overlay essentially. So that is like an additional full box overlay if you purchase this sheet, which I'm like addicted to this so much. This design is like super cute and it's like perfectly sized, and I'm really excited that I'm going to be using this for the mock spread. I think it's a little bit too tall because the bottom washi that came with this kit is like a little bit too short, but if I like angle it just right, I think I can like make it work still. This does almost go right up to the top, but not quite, so we'll see. But anyway, that's like my favorite washi of all time. And then for the 15 millimeters, we have our like mixed design one as always. We have the bunnies, birds, bows, eggs, and carrots. And then we have some bunnies and a bird as the deco. So this is like the most classic washi. And then we have just the bunnies. So you have a bunch of bunnies frolicking. This would pair very well if you have the bunny underlays and if you want to use the bunnies and bows headers as well. I try to like give you options if you want to only pull like certain themes from the collection and like make them match each other. Same with the hanging eggs. So you get hanging eggs a lot of other places in the collection. So obviously they need to be washi as well. And then, and then this one is also something that you could layer over a full box. This sticker right here. It is not the width of a full box, obviously, but you can kind of play around with where you want to put it. And then I did like a mini version of the grass egg hunt scene. Obviously I don't have enough room here to like go really ham and do all of the elements that I did on the 32 millimeter, but it's like a little subtle taste of it. So we do have just the eggs in the grass and then a few bunnies. So if you want to grab like the bird and like the butterflies deco from the deco sheet and add it onto here and kind of make your own scene, you can do that. But I just wanted like kind of the base layout of that scene available as a 15mm. And then there is another like full box overlay over here. It's a lot more subtle. You have like just the grass and then the bunny with an egg in the corner. So I love that one as well. And then of course we have the confetti bottom washi. I'll try to like give you an angle so you can like actually see the design. And we have the egg, the bunny, and the bow in there. And then if you're using a glam planner kit, then you will want the 10 and 7mm washi overlays. So for the 10, I did the little basket with the bow and then eggs alternating. And then the 7 is always the confetti from the headers. And then there's a couple of flag overlays on this sheet as well. So that is the bottom washi, and that is pretty much the collection. I will go over the bundle as well, because there is a big reformat for this bundle that will be present going forwards. So this bundle, as always, is available as a mini and an ultimate. The mini does not include underlays, so you can either just not use underlays or choose different underlays a la carte from either somewhere else in my shop or from another shop. And ultimate, you can choose whichever underlays you want from the 4 that are available in the collection. And then this bundle is available in all 46 foil colors offered in my shop, as well as unfoiled if you want to foil it yourself. So yeah, let's get into it. The first page, we have the full box overlays. We have 2 of the full size, 2 medium 4-corner, 2 medium 2-corner, and then the classic confetti double box scene overlay. And then we have your 2 pages of underlays. This is just the large as an example. The third page did get a reformat, so we do have our headers on the left as always. There is 1 of each design. The deco is still going to be in the bottom right of the page. And then up here I used to have the corners, but I switched them out for the quote box overlays because I figured that like most people use them and most people would love to have them in the actual base bundle without necessarily needing to purchase the add-on, because they used to be on the add-on before. So now they are featured in the bundle. So I did choose 1 of the full cover quotes and then 1 of the more subtle ones. I think this one is actually from one of the quote samplers, but like it needed to have a Happy Easter quote of some kind in the kit. So obviously I had to go with that one because Happy Easter is the only way to say it on Easter. And then page 4 is the same with the bottom washi. I do always choose the most basic one. Ignore that. So we have the mixed washi and then the confetti for the bottom washi. And then the add-on page also got a huge facelift. So the top is the same. We have 2 medium 3-corner overlays and then 2 from the full box overlay sheet. And then for the bottom, I did include the corners on here. So the corners are included in the add-on now. And then the hole protectors are also included on the add-on because I figure most people pick these up. So it would be nice to just have it already there ready to go in the add-on. I think other shops include them in the actual kit, but for me that would be like kind of a waste since I personally like don't use rings, so I didn't want to include it in the actual kit, but most people who purchase my kits also purchase the add-on, so like it would make sense to have it in here somewhere. And then this space is going to be kind of like whatever I can fit there for each collection, because not every collection has like a hanging element. So I did really want to do it for this one, so it is the hanging eggs for now, but the section will change up based on whatever is available in the collection. But yeah, I really like this add-on. It has like a little bit of everything kind of that you might want extra. But as usual, let me know if you would like any part of this to be replaced with anything. Let me know what you think of the reformat. And it is not like finished being reformatted, but I think this was like a pretty big step that needed to happen. So this is what it is for now. And oh yeah, the add-on is available for either the mini or the ultimate. So that is the Easter collection. I love it so much. Now the mock spread that I'm going to be doing is with this kit. I think it's from Paper Crown Planner. It might be called Spring Fling or something like that. I don't know, it's a very old kit. It was one of the first printables that I ever got, and it was the only one, like I said, in my collection that was even vaguely like Easter themed. So it is what I am using. And let's see how well the light pink is going to do, or the ballerina pink. I think it's going to work just fine. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lay down everything on here and then come back and show y'all how it looks all laid out and like where everything is. So let's get into that. Okay guys, so here is the final unboxed spread. I am so obsessed with this. This is just like the perfect Easter spread, I feel like. Especially this bottom washi, as I said before, it's definitely one of my favorites ever. And it just looks so good. And I did manage to make it fit well enough in the space. And I do like how the background is like flowers, because obviously it's like supposed to be a little field outside of nature, and so the flowers and the grass behind it like makes sense. But yeah, you can see the underlays as well. I try to leave one of each uncovered, and then the rest are covered. So we have the bunnies uncovered, medium, large, and eggs. And then there's the large covered, eggs covered, medium covered, and the eggs covered right there. I think that was all 4 of them. But yeah, you can see the header overlays. We have the bunnies and bows, the confetti, and the eggs. For our overlays, we have the Happy Easter quote and the full cover quote over here. And then we have this full box overlay that I layered underneath a 4 corner. We have the full here, full here. The basket border is over that one. And here is the hanging eggs overlay. There's a 2 corner, another medium 4 corner. And we have some dividers as well. We have one of the line dividers, the bow one, and then the nest one. Then we have the dainty dot one with the bunnies. And oh yeah, over here we have the eggs and the leaves. We also have some of the hanging egg deco pieces there and there. See, they do work over half boxes very well. We have a couple corners. Well, there's corners everywhere. There's some confetti corners, and then the photo corners. Another confetti corner and the other photo corner. You can see the deco just throughout as well. I use the deco in a lot of places, and there's swoops and dangles everywhere. Some dangles right there. And right there. And I really like this dangle right here. And then one in the corner. I always put one in the corner of the sidebar tracker as well. And there's some little deco at the top. I like to put the little tiny cluster deco at the top. And just some other tiny deco bits. And then we have the basket over the flag. I didn't use any of the flag overlays. But we have the basket and the egg. And yeah, I think that is it for how this looks. Like I said, I'm obsessed with it. I really like these dividers. They're just so fun. I think it's like perfect on the sidebar because like I don't really use them anywhere else. I will use like my very basic dividers in a spread, but I typically won't use the themed ones because they're just like really big. But like these ones are too freaking cute, so obsessed with that. And yeah, I hope you guys really love this collection. One thing I did forget to mention about the bundle reformat was that on the add-on page there used to be extra underlays 2 extra underlays, and they were set. So ultimately I had to make a decision between making them fully customizable to match whatever you were choosing, or just to like nix them completely and make them like 100% a la carte if you needed more, which I did ultimately decide to do for a couple of reasons. One, it would just make it way too complicated to be able to let you guys choose that as another like option in the listing, and also to just like make 4 different versions of that sheet would just be like way too much. And also it's only 2 extra underlays, but if you use extenders like I do, I typically need way more than 2 extras, so it would make sense to get like a full sheet a la carte anyways, and it is already at like a good price point, so I wasn't too worried about that. So yeah, you will just be able to pick up whichever ones you want and guarantee that they match as well, so that is why they are no longer on that page. Which is like fine, because that was already like an a la carte option, is the add-on in the first place was a la carte. So now like you can, you know, choose whichever ones you want, so you're not really like guaranteed to get anything. And that will be the same format for the foil bundle exclusive, so there's not going to be like 2 random underlays that are not the same pattern in that as well. I don't know, I might keep the format and just like make them the same as the regular 16 underlays, who knows, because I don't sell those underlays a la carte. I don't know, I'll have to think about that. But in any case, that is how it is for the regular collection bundles now. But yeah, so this collection is live in my shop now. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to comment, like, subscribe, and share, that would be amazing. And I will see you in my next video. Ciao, ciao.